Hi, I'm Laura from the Daily Record, and I'd like to introduce you to Boy Cool Boy. Do you want to introduce yourselves, guys?
Hi, this is Pete.
I'm a keyboard player in Boy Kill Boy. This is Chris.
Thanks. That's Kev.
And I'm Shaz.
And that's Shaz.
Okay, the boys are currently just finishing their Scottish leg of their tour, hence why Chris has got Dark Sunshades on. Would you like us to tell us about that, Chris?
Yeah, well, not really. I'm a bit embarrassed about it, to be honest. But we've just been kind of destroyed by Scotland on our little tour. We've just we've played in Dundee, and then and last night we just played in Edinburgh, and we just extended the weekend a little bit too far, I think. This.
Okay. So tell us about the Scottish crowds. Were they the ones that encouraged you to sort of?
Absolute psychos.
Did they give you good support?
Yeah, it was brilliant last night. Like, we were just playing in this little venue in Edinburgh, and started off just everyone just like watching, start just kind of listening to the new songs, and so about a third of the way through it, like this mosh pit started, and these kids just started going mental, and there were, like, people getting thrown out left, right, and centre, and sort of like the big security guy getting people in full Nelsons. So they were obviously having a really good time. But
I hear you guys have got a bit of a thing for encouraging mosh pits. I think your gig in Dundee on the weekend as well.
Yeah,
mosh pit too.
Went a bit mental, yeah.
I don't understand though, but there's up in Scotland, it's like there's absolutely no fear whatsoever. It's like this tiny little bloke, like, we were playing the gig and it was like a bar brawl was going on in front of me. It wasn't a mosh pit, it was an actual fight. It broke out. And then the biggest, stockiest bouncer was like looking at this small dude and was like, I'm gonna kick you out if you carry on. And the guy was just like, come on then. And it was like, we became the soundtrack to David and Goliath, basically.
I want to ask you about a party that you were at last year. You were at Scarlett Johansson's birthday party. How was that? Were you all there?
Sexy.
Yeah.
One word. Yeah. It was just sexy.
Yeah. And if she is beautiful as she looks in the
absolutely perfect skin and hair, it's like she wasn't real.
And how did that all come about then, you being invited to Scarlett's birthday then? Here she's a fan.
She came to a gig, she came to a London show that we did at the Astoria, and I think Chris knew someone that was like, it was like an in-between, like we knew someone that knew her or something like that, and then she, through that, found out that we were in LA and invited us to a party in her hotel room.
Did any of you do a rendition of Happy Birthday for her?
No, she was very nice though. She was very polite.
And are you a fan of her music? Because I know she's got a new album coming out of Tom Waits covers.
That was the whole point, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was just about to go away and record it.
Her leaving do.
We never heard it.
You've not heard any tracks from it yet?
I think that's just surreal.
So is she your ideal woman, a woman that can act and can sing and has perfect skin?
Pretty much, yeah. Perfect hair.
That's fine. Okay, I want to talk to you about your forthcoming album, The Stars and the Sea, which is out on March the 31st. Do you want to tell me a little bit about the album? Because I've heard that you've said things like, it knows itself a little bit more, and that you're hoping that it's not sort of a disposable record, sort of that you feel that other bands out there are perhaps sort of producing sort of more disposable.
I think it's just like we kind of aspire to sort of old school mentality of having an album that's sort of like a precious article, like a story, and I think there's a lot of albums at the moment that are working to sort of formulas, and that gets really boring after a while,
Tell us about any of the songs. We obviously know that you've got Promises coming out on the 17th of March, and that you had your first track out, No Conversation, as well. Can you tell me about any of the other tracks and what they were sort of about?
A lot of the whole, well, there's a sort of running theme of the album that is naturally sort of in lyrically is sort of would be talking about our sort of journey over the last few years, and so like there's kind of common threads, and Promises, this next single is like kind of almost like the figurehead of the ship, if you know what I mean.
You're supporting the Cooks and the Enemy. Are you a fan of both those bands, or?
Yeah. When we spent a couple of months in Brighton at the start of the year writing, and we found like this little practice studio, and it just so happened that sort of around the back of the bread factory in the same building, the Kooks had like got this little room where they'd been making some of their new music as well. So it was really nice, like just every now and then we'd sort of cross paths in sort of in the studio kind of thing. Sort of end up a few nights out with them. And
Have you met the
Really
Enemy
respect
Boys
that.
before? Or?
We met them before they started the band.
Did you? So you've been mates with them for a long time?
Yeah, basically.
How did that come about then? If you
Our manager at the time was like, got us a gig up in Coventry, and we all trekked up there in the back of a transit, and you know, we did this gig, and then this young fella was helping us load our gear back into the back of the van, and his name was Liam, and he's a drummer, and basically he was kind of like, you know,
so
our
was he just in
friend
your gang?
John was like, yeah, you know, he wasn't in a band at the time, but he just started to play the drums, and our friend John was like, you know, trying to razz him up and persuade him to start a band, and he did.
So give us some tips about how you sort of keep it going on the road then.
You've
Barocca.
kind of got to go out every night, or you kind of lose your momentum, basically.
yeah.
So is it going to be out in Colchester then?
Yeah, and then I think by mid-April we should be checking into hospital. with
Yeah,
damage
liver
or
failure,
something.
yeah.
Who knows?
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you.